Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will continue learning how to create variables conditionally. More specifically, we will learn how to execute statements, based on several conditions, and learn how to modify the if-then statement, by using the assignment statement. This topic is based on Chapter 2, in Handbook of SAS Data Step Programming Book. The if-then statement in the last video, contains only one optional else clause. With only one else clause, we can execute statements, based on two conditions. In the situation where we would like to execute multiple statements, that are based on more than two conditions, we can add multiple else-if clauses, to the if-then statement. Suppose we would like to create a variable, age group, based on the age variable. The age group variable will be assigned with values 1, 2, or 3, based on the conditions on this slide. Program 2.10 creates age group in two different ways. In the first method, age group 1 is created by comparing age with 30, 20, and the missing value in descending order, with the greater than comparison operator. When writing multiple if-then statements, it is efficient to compare the threshold value, in either ascending or descending order. When comparing the threshold values in descending order, either the greater than or equal to operators should be used. On the other hand, when comparing the threshold values in ascending order, we should use either the less than or equal to operators. In the second method, age group 2 is created by comparing age with 20 and 30 in ascending order, with the less than or equal to comparison operator, after excluding the missing values. After the variables are created, we use proc means to examine whether these two variables are correctly created. Based on the output, age group 1 is created correctly. We skip showing the output for age group 2. We can also add a do group to the multiple if-then statement. For example, this program creates two variables, trial and requireinfo. When preg equals 1, trial is assigned with value a, and requireinfo is assigned with 0. When preg equals 0, trial is assigned with b, and requireinfo is assigned with 0. In the situation when preg does not equal 1 or 0, which is missing, trial is assigned with the value wait, and requireinfo is set to 1. The select group is an alternative method, to execute one of several statements. A select group consists of several statements, that start with the select statement, and end with the end statement. In the select statement, the optional select expression is used to specify any SAS expression that can be evaluated into a single value. Within the select group, it contains at least one when statement. The when statement is used to identify which statement is to be executed when a condition is met. This when condition results to either true or false, depends upon whether the select expression is specified. When a select expression is specified in the select statement, SAS compares the evaluated results from select expression and when expression, and returns a value of true or false. If the comparison is true for a when statement, the corresponding statement is executed. Otherwise, a comparison is performed for either the next when expression, within the current when statement, or the one in the next when statement. If there is no when condition that is true, the otherwise statement is executed, if one exists. If all the comparisons are false, and there is no otherwise statement, SAS will issue an error message, and terminate data step execution. If the comparison is true for more than one when statement, only the first when statement is executed. When no select expression is specified, only the when expression is evaluated, and generates a value of true or false. If it is true for a when statement, the corresponding statement is executed. Program 2.12 uses select groups to create a number of variables. The first select group creates the ethnic variable, by comparing the values from the race variable with two groups of values. If the values from the race variable equal either W or H, then ethnic will be assigned with white. If race equals B or A, then ethnic will be assigned with non-white. The otherwise statement is not utilized, which is not a recommended practice, because if the result of all select when comparisons is false, SAS will issue an error message. The second select group creates the trial and drug variables. The do group is used to group two assignment statements, for each when statement. The otherwise statement is used, without using an additional statement, after the keyword otherwise. This means that if preg is other than 1, or 0, the trial and drug variables will be assigned missing values. The third select group creates the group variable. An otherwise statement is used within the select group. Subjects with hearing other than yes and no values will be assigned to 3 for the group variable. The last select group creates the variable high income. In this select group, no select expression is specified. In this situation, the one expression is evaluated for selecting, which one statement is to be executed. When creating an indicator variable, we can use the if-then statement, like in the first example. We can modify the if-then statement by using the assignment statement, which was introduced in Chapter 1. The expression age greater than 26 is evaluated with 1, for observations with ages that are greater than 26, and the value 1 will then be assigned to age high. For observations with ages that are less than or equal to 26, age high will be assigned to 0. Similarly, we can also use the assignment statement for creating a variable with ordinal numeric values. For instance, in a previous example, age group was created by utilizing the multiple if-then statement. The multiple if-then statement is equivalent to the second statement. The 3 parentheses in the assignment statement are necessary to ensure the 3 comparisons are evaluated before the addition operation, because the addition operator has a higher evaluation priority than the comparison operators. Program 2.13 uses the assignment statement to create the age group variable, instead of using the multiple if-then statement. Based on the output, the age group variable is correctly created. Let's summarize what we've learned in this video. In this video, we learned how to execute statements based on several conditions, by using either the multiple if-then statement, or the select group. We also learned how to modify the if-then statement, by using the assignment statement. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and click the bell icon to get new video updates.